stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody's having a good day. I was reposting this, and I guess I got 600 followers on Instagram because it posted it for me and stuff. It said thank you, all sorts of stuff. Well, gee, that was nice of it to do for me. Good morning, Chris. Good to see you, man. I'm just giving people there. I'm expecting a couple of new people, so I'm giving them a second to do, press the buttons, things like that. So, Chris, David, Demarius, good to see you, all three of you. All right. For other people showing up, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. The daily reflections is about coming on each day and a different topic. I usually pull it out of the daily reflections. Sometimes I change it. And what we do is when my computer makes weird noise. I don't even know what that was for. Bling blong. Okay, time to get up. Oh, that means time for coffee. Okay. Thank you, bling blong. I have time, probably too much of it. Yeah, I have a lot of time too. Let's talk a little bit about that. I'm too busy. I'm sorry to get back in touch. I was too busy. Let's just get to what I want to talk about on it, and let's just be fucking honest in your program. Just be honest in your fucking program. God's sakes, people. It's your program. And if somebody has a problem with what you are doing, then that's their problem. And I'm saying this because Recovery they are. Yeah. They like talking. Okay, so I had somebody that I was helping, right? And I was helping them become a recovery coach, not really anything else. Right? And I did. I bent over backwards to help them because they were willing and they were doing the work. So yeah, I'm going to help that person, aren't I? I am. So they went to go talk with somebody else, and suddenly there's a division because this other person doesn't like me. This person hasn't even met me. So they thought it would be a good idea to just hide the fact from me that they were doing that and lie to me. When if they would have been honest, I would have said, it's your program. You do what you need to do. When it's time for training, let me know. That's what I would have done. Because I don't get into that bullshit. I don't play with it. Instead, what happened is somebody else came along because they wanted control over somebody else. Are they doing a service to that person? No, they are not. What they want is power. They want control. And they are okay with dividing AA to do that. So again, be honest about your fucking program. At least be honest with me. Look, there's no reason not to be. Why? Because you felt, what? If you felt like you needed to lie to somebody, it's because you're doing something wrong. Period. There is no if, ands, or buts about it. It means you did something wrong. Your action was wrong. It felt wrong. Well, if it feels wrong, don't do it. It will bite you in the ass. See, I'm the one with all the power now. I'm not gonna, probably won't. I'm going to say something, but it's not going to be mean. It's not going to be rude. It's probably going to be along the lines of, "Hey, if you would have just been honest with me, this would have turned out much different. I want to just let people be people. Yeah, they're not perfect, right? I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Just be honest about it. You'll find it's a lot fucking easier. See, part of the problem is I put some confidence in her and I told her things that she can't be turned around. So what am I going to do with that? Can I trust her on that now? Absolutely freaking not. That means I'm going to do something about it. I have to. As a business, I have to. I have to protect my business. Two magnificent standards. I bet we're going to be talking about this more. All of AA's progress can be reckoned in terms of just two words: humility and responsibility. Okay. So AA progress can be reckoned in two terms, right? Humility and responsibility. Okay, cool. Okay. Our whole spiritual development can be accurately measured by our degree of adherence to these magnificent standards, as Bill sees at page 271. Now this is a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. So, um, so let's reread what it said. All AA's progress can be reckoned in terms of just two words: humility and responsibility. So when I'm looking at my progress, um, my cat's being this is why I love cats. Okay. Um, our whole spiritual development can be accurately measured to our degree. So, how much humility do we have in our lives? How much responsibility are we taking? That comes back to the question, do you feel responsible? Because you should, right? And that's what goes on even with this person that I'm talking about. They probably felt responsible to this other person. Nothing wrong with that either. All right. I'm going to tell you a little secret. It's a secret. Don't tell anybody. I let other people have relationships with other people. My mom and I we're not getting along. We're not fighting anymore. Um, right? Does that mean she can't have relationships with her grandchildren? That's just stupid. No, I don't do division. See, I've been caught up in division all my life with my family and everywhere that I've gone, and I just don't do it. I would rather just let you have everything. And I will too. And good luck with that because it's a lot. And I'll just watch you slowly. And then when you're done, I'll take it back over. It's the kind of person I am. Don't tell me I don't have patience. I have a shit ton of patience. And I bet you have a lot more patience than you give yourself credit for. So let's stay, and I wouldn't mind hearing some other views on this, measuring your humility and responsibility with your spirituality. You know, uh, if you finish the steps, are you sponsoring someone? Um, do you have a sponsor? I don't have a sponsor. I keep meaning to, right? I got to do that today. That is a today priority. I got to get that taken care of, right? We can't let what we consider these little things slide, right? I'm aware of it, and I'll be taking care of it, right? That's why I don't mind talking about it. I know that it's going on. I know that it's there. I'm aware of it, so I don't mind talking about it because I'm not afraid to face my problems. I'm not afraid to discuss what's going on with me. And I'm not afraid because God has my back. Let's hear it from Chris here. It's hard to be responsible the way I've been learning it from AA's way. When anyone anywhere reaches out for help, I want the hand of AA to be there. Yep, and that's part of what we are talking about is the responsibility statement. Right? And it's anyone anywhere. If you don't quite feel like doing that yet, then stick with alcoholics. Hey, God, I kind of prefer that I work with drunks right now. Other people just kind of piss me off. I'm not ready. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Again, this is your sobriety. It is your recovery. Be selfish about it. Because you're going to be using selfishness in the right way. I'm having to utilize it right now. My therapist and I came to some conclusions that it turns out that my self-esteem isn't very high right now. Right? Is that showing through? Probably not. Is it a facade? No. I'm not acting any different. Okay? I still come on, I still talk about what's going on, what's happening. See, this is all stuff that's going to happen in life. And so we come on here and we talk about it. Notice I'm not yelling and screaming. I'm not mad at this person. I'm hurt. And that, you guys know, is much different, right? So what am I doing? I'm taking time. I'm talking about it. Both sides. She probably felt very responsible to that person. And that person used guilt and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to pray. Dude, seriously. All the noise that's going on, it's one cat. All right, let's get to the rest of this. Ever deepening humility, accompanied by an ever greater willingness to accept and to act upon clear-cut obligations. So, ever deepening humility combined with an even greater ever deepening humility accompanied by an ever greater willingness. So these are things that we're already doing that we're building upon. Ronan, you're a dick. These are truly our touchstones for all growth in the life of the Spirit. They hold up to us the very essence of right being and right doing. It is by them that we are enabled to find and to do God's will. He's playing with my microphone stand, and yeah, it's kind of like playing with the door stopper, and that's exactly, he found the one spot. I just flicked him in his ear. Should stop for a minute. So they hold up to us the very essence of right being and right doing. Is by them that we're enabled to find and to do God's will. It is then that we're enabled. When we have greater willingness, when we have more of this, when we have more of that. I hear people say, don't allow yourself to think that you're cured, and and I absolutely agree with that. But you can come to the point where you have become a recovered alcoholic. That means that you are now allowed to use this. Right? And that's what it means. That's all it means. Does not mean anything more than that. Okay? You take that for as big or as little as you need to for yourself. That you can finally use your brain again. I can finally use my brain again. I used it just now. This was a thought process. And I always utilize this thought process. See, every time you guys watch me go through this, every time I am teaching you how to do it. I'm implanting shit in you by repeating and repeating and showing how I do it. Right? And that's what this group is great for is we remind ourselves. We let each other know what's going on. I have some people that are here all the time, but most of my people come, they get what they need and they leave. Because I talk about some very basic, I talk about the deep basic stuff. Notice you don't hear me talk about step 12 and stuff very much. I try and stay away from what you're talking about in your AA meetings. You're already talking about that. Let's talk about stuff that we're not talking about. Right? I was talking to my therapist and I told her that I am having a hard time with just normal conversation. Hey, how about the weather? I don't care. And I want to be able to get back to that. Hey, how you doing? Small talk. I'm not very good at because my brain is always on solving these bigger problems. So I've got to bring that back in, right? Because not everybody wants to sit down and talk about the way to the world with me. Being at the bus stop or whatever. To acknowledge and respect the views, accomplishments, and prerogative of others, and to accept being wrong shows me the way of humility. Yep. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. And step 10 gives you the right to be wrong. You're human, just correct it. Okay? It is, I promise you, it is not the end of the world. It is not. It may feel like it, but it's not. To practice the principles of AA in all my affairs guides me to be responsible. Honoring these precepts gives credence to Tradition 4 and to all other traditions of the fellowship. Alcoholics Anonymous has evolved a philosophy of life full of valid motivations, rich on the highly relevant principles and ethical values. A view of life which can be extended beyond the confines of the alcoholic population. To honor these precepts, I need only pray and care for my fellow man as if each one were my brother. That's the hard part, huh? When somebody does you dirty or does you wrong, and you still have to turn around and do the right thing. Okay? It's not as hard as it sounds. It isn't. It actually turns out to be easier than revenge. It is. It's easier than revenge. See, when revenge comes, I have to do all this plotting. I have to involve other people. I have to do. There's a lot to it. Probably some lying, some manipulation in there. No. It is just like I used up my drink card. I used up my being a dick card, I guess is the way to put it, right? So, all right, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I will be back tomorrow. Yeah, Chris, I love my cats, but lately they've just been pissing me off, man. I don't even want them right now. That'll change though. They'll do something later. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Peace out. Doable with God. Let's end it with that. It's doable with God. Love you guys. Peace out. And